says, train up a child in the way that they should go. And when they are old, they will not forget the path. God does not want the children to forget who they are, how important they are, and whose they are. That's why we need to always remember that it's like a parent searching for a lost child. A parent will search day and night for a lost child. That is how God searches for one of us when we're lost. Remember, he left the 99 to go and find that one. I don't know, maybe you've never been lost. Maybe you've always stayed near home. Maybe you've always played it safe. But sometimes we step out and step into a bad place. If you call on your Father, he'll come and find you. If you call your mother, she'll come and find you. When you call on God, he will come and find you. So if you've been lost, take courage and know what Scripture says. Matthew 13:44 says, the kingdom of heaven is like treasure hidden in a field. And for joy, he sells all that he has and buys that field. Why? Because there's treasure. There's treasure hidden in that field. Brothers and sisters, God paid a price. He sent his only son to die for you. You are his greatest treasure. You are his greatest treasure. Never let the enemy make you think that you are junk. God does not make junk, my brothers and sisters. God makes masterpiece. And you are a masterpiece. Fearfully and wonderfully made. And remember, there is a way out of your mess. And it's JESUS.
Where can you buy a brand new Nissan with a lifetime warranty? Kingston Pike. Hey, folks, Gerald Anderson with Ted Russell Nissan. You heard it right. Every new Ted Russell Nissan comes with a lifetime warranty, and that's a long, long time. Ted Russell Nissan on Kingston Pike.
Good morning and welcome to AM 1380 WYSH and Ask Your Neighbor. Ask Your Neighbor can also be heard and seen on our website, WYSHradio.com. And if you are in Anderson, Rome, or Morgan County and have Comcast cable, you can watch Ask Your Neighbor on BBB TV Channel 12. Ask Your Neighbor is the program where you call in and do just that. Ask Your Neighbor. Do you have a comment? Do you have a problem? Or do you have a question? Then call in and ask your neighbor. 865-457-1380 or toll free at 877-711-4005. And for those of you that might be listening or watching on the internet, you can email from our website, WYSHradio.com. Just click on the Contact Us button and email your questions. Now sit back and listen as listeners throughout East Tennessee and the entire world answer your questions on Ask Your Neighbor on BBB TV 12 and AM 1380.
Good morning, everybody. It is Ask Your Neighbor on Thursday. David West stars the stories of the Kaz Walker Show. David's got the whole gang in here this morning. You got them wall to wall, treetop tall.
Howard's back on the job.
Howard, how are you, buddy?
I'm great.
So you thought we was going to let you drift off into retirement? We got another think coming.
Howard's on the job. Bernard's here with all kinds of security.
We got everything that we need, I believe.
Pete Fife is here.
For a couple minutes anyway.
Yes.
And I'm here. And, buddy, we got some history here. And we got another fellow over here. He's going to tell us about Martin guitars. Rick, he's going to tell us all about it. Did you bring a guitar in, Jeff? Oh, you done got it in? Okay. I just checked and see if everybody's got their...
Yeah. Everybody got their stuff ready.
Hey, I'm going to start with Barney.
All right.
And I think we're going to talk a little bit about a special friend of ours that died.
Yeah, Marshall Landy. He's a true friend of the whole East Tennessee area. Yeah, we had you because of you. I got to work with him several times, and we had some stories that we was going to tell, some stuff he's done. But Marshall was a treasure. Everybody, Saturday mornings we watched him for years, and you were on several of the episodes. I got to be on.
Yeah, we was on a lot of shows with what was that guy, Frosty?
Oh yeah, you back with Frosty. See, I never got to work with Frosty. Yeah.
Me and Luke was, but anyhow, we're going to talk just a little bit about years ago, maybe 30 years ago. Me and Luke and Marshall Andy went a three-way split, and it was called the Tennessee Three. And of course, we wanted to do a CD, and we had a picture of all three of us on that CD. And I don't know whether they're shooting straight me or not, but Luke and Marshall and Andy, Luke never did sell much. Luke sold one CD, and he got the customer. He stood there and talked to him the whole. We said it to him at break. And Marshall was selling right and left, and I was too. And I don't know where I got the right or the left. But anyhow, Marshall told me when we started doing this, he said, "Now, David, see, Luke wore cowboy boots and a hat. He said, you have to have boots and a hat." I had nice snake boots. I had all kinds. I just never did like boots. So I went and bought me a pair of half boots, blackened and short toe, put that pretty silver around it. Oh, I dolled him to do that. But I kept my britches laid down so he couldn't see it. One day I raised him up. He said, "What's that?" And I said, "I'm halfway there." But anyhow, I had to have a hat. Luke said, let's just go up Pigeon Forge. So we go up Pigeon Forge, and you got to think now, 30 years ago was a long time, maybe longer. And we went through a hat place, and he found this one here that I'm wearing. It's a 4X Beaver. It's a good hat. But back in, it's $250. And it took my two first shows, but anyhow, I got this hat. He liked the hat. Oh, yeah. And I believe Luke said this was a gambler's hat.
That is a nice hat.
I guess it did. So we started playing, and we had show after show. He got a bunch, and I got a bunch. Me and him and Luke, we was just, we was getting them everywhere. Marshall Andy, he told us, he said, I'm a stage hog. He said, I like to get out there and do it. And when he did, we cut up with each other. We had fun. We wasn't making fun of each other. We were just having fun. But we was playing this big wedding up in Kentucky. And, you ain't saw nothing like it. They had a tent, looked like for roller skating. And they had big band and all sorts of food in it. And then they had a white church made out of a tent. Steeple. I never saw nothing like it. I mean, it cost something to put that wedding on. And they had me and Luke, Marshall, Andy playing for the bar. And, of course, we played and we had all the crowd because, people wouldn't want to go to church and they wouldn't want that booze and they get that good booze out there. So we done our 30 minutes. And he said, I'll give you so much if you'll play 30 more minutes. And I said, yeah. Marshall said, yeah. I said, shoot, we play all night, every 30 minutes flat. So we got that. But they wanted Rocky Top. I told the Rocky Top story, and Luke usually sings it. See? Marshall said, well, since I'm over here close to the mic, I'll just sing it. Luke looked over and said, he's a singing fool, ain't he? I whispered, and I said, he sung Wipeout last night. Oh, we had so much fun together. We tell jokes and tell stories, and he told me a thing his daddy said that was really, really good. He said, be careful what you say today to anybody, because you can't take back a ring after the bell's been rung. Ain't that heavy?
That's good.
Yeah. That's heavy. Yeah. And he had sands, and me and him had to go some places and speak. And you talk about a speaker. Marshall Andy's a great speaker.
Yeah, he was.
He was a great PR man, and he worked everywhere from Hollywood to here. I mean, he worked with the big boys. And he said that when he first got his wife, I'll tell you why he told us in a minute, but he said, you remind me of one of my shows I did one time. I said, my wife, I'm just dating her, and she's going to come watch one of the shows. And he said, they played a little bit, the band did. He said, when it started playing, I'm going to run out, with them guns, twirl my gun. See, I run out there, caught my foot, on one of them microphone cords. He said it was under the drums that I tore everything down. One drum went that way, one drum went this way, and said we just had to stop the show. Said I wasn't very. My wife, I didn't ask her it would. I said it wasn't very impressive. And what happened? We had a big deal. I'm going to introduce Marshall Landy. You know, here he is, and step back. Well, when I stepped back, I caught my foot in the mic cable, you know how they're all over the floor. And Marshall just walking up, and just as it went down, he caught it and come up like that singing. You know, it worked out perfect, but he said that made me think of when I cleaned the stage off. I cleaned it all off.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we was playing, this is kind of cute, too. We played for that guy that's got that big airplane that he does laces, I can't think. Snake guy. You know who I'm talking about. Don't you, Ron? He had that big TV show. Oh, man, I can't think. Is
it Stan Brock?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, yeah. Ram, yeah.
I could pay you extra. But anyhow, Stan Brock, he flew in this big plane, and so they set us down at this big table. Well, I'm sitting here, and Stan Brock is sitting right on the corner. Well, Rowdy's sitting across from me. He went with us on some show to play bass. And Marshall and Luke going down through there. But Stan Brock come over with a bowl of red beans and rice. I mean, it was huge. So he set it down, and just he set it down, somebody asked him a question. He turned around, and I thought that was part of the food on the table. And I just got me some red beans and rice. Give Rowdy some, he take out a big helping, you know. And we did. He turned around and said, "What's my red beans and rice?" I said, "Here, get it back over here, boy." And I said that burnt. He just had to let that much left. He said, "I don't eat meat." He said, "That's all I eat." And I said, "Well, I guess that's the way." Rowdy, put yours back in. But it was funny, though. He was real serious about it. He looked at us and said, "That's all I eat. That was my supper," he said.
Yeah.
But, you know, so many things happen when you get out on stage like that.
It was David that time. Bart Young was doing a show, and he asked Marshall Landy, said, "What do you do for your last number?" Marshall Landy said, "Do it."
He said, he come up, I think it was boring him, you know, and he said, "Just what do you do for your last song?" He said, "Happy Trails." He said, "Do it." Oh, Marshall's something else. And I'll tell you something you do. He's great, but I love him to pieces. He's one of my heroes, and he went out and did big shows and big things, but one thing, I mean, he was just so good, and this what tickles Rick Campbell. Rick works some with us, too. And Rick said, "Watch him." I'd put him on for 3 numbers. It'd take about 15 minutes, and that's about all they want. You don't want mashed potatoes. They want variety. That's what people want. That's what you want if you eat a buffet. My daddy taught me that. Well, we done 15 minutes, and I brought Marshall Landy up, the big star, and he done his 3 songs. Well, he goes out through the crowd, and he said, gets this women, you know, and he said, "How'd you like it?" "Oh, yeah, I did." He said, "What's your favorite song?" She said, "Well, mine's Make the World Go Away." And he said, "I do that. I'll get back one and do it for you." He gave him about 3 requests. And he's walked right out on stage. "David, I've got a request. We got to get this on." And he take up another 15 minutes. No, some of us couldn't get it. You remember it?
Oh, I do. I remember it well at the Tennessee Theater, and Dr. Snyder was on a really strict regiment. Our show lasted till 1:15. We started at noon and 1:15, and Marshall Landy was our special guest that month, and Marshall Landy did that well. Dr. Snyder and I were side stage, and he goes, "Okay, he's got so much," and he went pulled that about the Lady in Knowledge had a request, and he went over, and so he kept going over. So we always closed with Tennessee Waltz with the Mighty Wurlitzer and Going Down. And so I'm sitting side stage with Marshall Landy, and Marshall Landy goes, "Now, what is he doing for the close here?" And I said, "Well, we always close with Tennessee Waltz." And he goes, "Oh, I sing that." And I go, "We don't sing it today. He just plays it and goes down. That's the end of the show." Because Dr. Snyder was over there going, we gotta go. We gotta get this going." So
yeah, you know,
That's
means
it.
wipe it up. You got to know all these signals. This means dead stop.
Yeah. Do you remember the night in Pigeon Forge? We was at the Music Road Convention Center playing. That's the show we did. Dr. Pendyke and some other stuff.
Pendyke.
Marshall Andy was with us that night.
Was he with us?
He was, and we
Phil
come
Campbell
out.
was with us.
Yeah, he came out, and bless his heart, he had on these dark glasses, and he missed the curb. And I just remember him out in the parking lot, and he was scrambling around, and the first thing he did was get up and make sure nobody saw him. But I was sitting there, and we saw him.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. But,
yeah, he's something else, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
We played that every year for the mayor in Oak Ridge. They had a big giveaway. I mean, it was big. It's a high school for these kids to come out and get toys. Walmart, Kmart, everybody was giving a lot of toys back in. Oh, them kids would line up and they got nice gifts. And they hired us to come down, and we had Ken Bond was going to play lead. Luke's playing with good fill in lead. And Kenny James come down and play another rhythm. Ray Rose on bass, me on banjo. And they were hiring out a Christmas song. It was a Christmas party. And they said, Feliz Navidad. Somebody hired it out. And so I said, let's play it. It was instrumental. Ken started playing it. I played a break. He said, I sang it. And he walked up to the mic and he said, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad. That's all he ever got. Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad. Play a little bit there, boy. He come right back, Feliz Navidad.
That sounds like me and Howard's part if we ever get to sing, right?
Luke's over in cities of singing food.
I'll tell you, let me tell you real quick, and I'll get out of the way because we got so many people to get on today.
That's pretty good. I like it.
But I had
give me another help.
Hooray for Harriman was an event. Brad will remember this. Hooray for Harriman was an event we used to do every summer down in Harriman, and so they had local entertainers there, and so my time was on the stage at a certain point, and then Marshall Andy was coming up after me, and so I got done with my routine, and I was walking off stage, and Marshall was going up, and he said, hey, hold on a minute, Barney, and he had me come back over on the stage, and he started into some kind of comedy routine. I didn't know where he was going with it, and I said, and he was looking for me. I guess I was playing the straight part, and I was like, I don't know, Marshall. I said, but good night, everybody. And I walked off the stage, and Marshall goes, he turned around to the band and said, all right, boys, let's pick a song. And I told him afterward, I said, Marshall, I didn't know where you was going with that. Was I supposed to? He goes, oh, I thought you'd do that, Barney. I was, I'm sorry about that. It was funny. I know you want to get Bradley on here, and I think Russ may be calling in here in just a minute, too. So.
Let's tell another two. We
okay.
with Marshall. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you real quick. You remember we were going to, we came out here and worked up in Norris and did an event at the Norris Manor. You, Marshall, Andy, and several of us, okay? And I did Barney, and we was doing that. But we were leaving there and going up to Campbell County, Carrollville, to do an event. And so we were leaving there, and I told you about my mama. My mama was real sick. She's very feeble.
Went to your house.
Went to my mama's, the house I was raised in, one of them. And so I told her, I told David, I said, my mama's favorite instrument is the banjo. She loves the banjo. And it wasn't nothing for David. He said, let's go see your mama. I'll never forget that. And we went up there to my mama's house up there on Peach Orchard. And me and David and Bill Shannon, Marshall Andy, we just loaded in there in the living room. Oh, yeah. We were taking that whole crew. We did 2 shows that night. Okay. And so we was up there, and I told my mama, and she had Parkinson, but she didn't have the trembles. She just couldn't talk verbally, but she'd smile. And I said, Mama, look who I brought in here tonight. I said, David West, your favorite, the banjo player, and she used to go to Ciderville to hear David anywhere David was at. And so anyway, we're playing that banjo. My mom was just a smiling, and Marshall comes over and goes, Miss Wanda, would you like an autographed picture? And he said, I've got one in the car. He leaves, goes out to the car and gets. Well, she wanted to hear the banjo.
I understand.
Guess what she heard afterwards? Marshall Andy had to sing a couple songs. but she just kept smiling, looking at David and loving that banjo.
Back when Eddie Arnold was 82.
Yeah.
His daughter called Marshall and said, Daddy's got a birthday party. He said, it's going to be real quiet, so there won't be nobody there but him and Mama and his personal secretary and the 2 people who run this big glass company, just the 2 that run it will be back there with us. And them offices had fireplace in, boy, it was plush. big thing in Nashville. So we go down there, and he didn't know what was coming. Eddie Arnold and his wife and his secretary, and they put us in a room. They had a fireplace. They made the glass for all Hollywood people down there. And so she said, if you don't care when you come on, do a little bit of Cripple Creek. Said, my mother loved the banjo. And so at Kill Marshall right there, we got him on that trail. So we walked out there, and he didn't know nobody's there. He didn't know nobody going to pick for him. Eddie Arnold didn't. They opened the door, we was walking, picking. Oh, what's this banjo? My papa used to pick a banjo and all that, you know. I said, I'm in. I don't know about you two.
We would have been out, wouldn't we?
Oh, hey, in Marshall, in his book, look at his book. You got a picture of Eddie Arnold and his wife sitting on the couch. And me and Luke and Marshall were entertaining, and it took in the mirror. And they made a picture of it, put in that book.
Oh, yeah.
We're standing right there picking for him and doing his songs. Make the world go away, you know. All that. And I told Luke
do that.
I told Luke coming back, I said, we must really have a lot of gall about this. I said, standing there and playing Eddie Arnold songs to Eddie Arnold. Nobody can do them that good.
Yeah.
He was sitting there just loved it, you know. He looked at Luke and said, you know, I used to be pretty good on one of them guitars. Well, if I knew more than 3 chords, I don't know what I, you know. And they say, I guess you're famous, ain't you, Luke? He said, yeah, I'm about 3 counties.
Yeah, right.
Old Luke was always humble, you know. He never did take but we played all them, and he said, now, when I get 92, will you come back and play us again for me? So I don't think he made 92. I think he made 90, wasn't it, or something?
I believe.
He didn't hardly make it, but I thought about that when he got up there, you know. Yeah. But somebody asked me and Marshall and Luke, they're having a festival. And so Marshall was wanting to book on it. And he said, can you book us on it? And they said, well, we're booked up pretty much this year. I said, I'm going to put you down for next year. No. You don't do that. At our age, we don't eat nothing spicy, and we don't even buy green bananas.
Good advice.
So you want to know it. Yeah. But anyhow, we had so much fun traveling together, and especially him and Luke. They get telling stories. And, you know, Luke, he picks about everybody. Trey Lopez, the Bonanza Bunch has him. Everything Archie Campbell did is Luke, just about. Yeah. And me and Luke played on a lot of stuff too, a lot of records.
Oh yeah.
But Marshall will never die out as long as the world stands in East Tennessee.
Well, I hope they keep playing the Riders of the Silver Screen on PBS right now on Channel 2, so I'm not sure how long they
They may go back and show some of them old clips.
Yeah, they've been showing those, you know,
Frosty,
since they retired. Yeah, they're good. But,
Thunder Road, and see, Frosty liked the banjo, and he would tell me about some of them songs. Cripple Creek had come about, you know.
Right.
This girl come in from over, I don't know, where somewhere. They had a big old pond, and they got this guy to come in from out of the States, and he walked in to take a big job with this big old, some kind of big plantation type thing. And he saw this girl with her pants rolled up and her legs were sticking down the pond water. Mm-hmm. And he said, I'm going to marry her. She was the boss man's daughter. Frosty's telling me a story about it. Said that that's where the word, you know, roll my britches to my knees, way old Cripple Creek went play. And so he did at the end. I mean, somewhere after he'd been there. And he tells the history of just about every song, especially them banjo tuners. He loved them. And he was just so smart, Frosty was. That was a big letdown, you know, when he died. I'd see him go. Yeah. He loved us. Everybody ever loved Frosty. He was just that kind.
Yeah.
But anyhow, Marshall lived with us, and of course we sponsored him on TV for
a long time. Yeah, absolutely. Great commercial. I love seeing him pay.
Slow down. Yeah, we sponsored him.
Yeah. You want to get Bradley on here?
Huh?
You want to get Bradley on here?
Yeah,
I'll get
him on here. But
hey, can I? first dibs on that hat. If you ever get ready to sell it, I needed something to cover his bald head of mine.
Ain't trying on that.
Oh, it fits good. I'll make it fit. I got something to cover his bald head of mine when it rains. I'll have to go me a beer.
Boy, that hat rains.
I may not be able to sing, but boy,
if you ever need to borrow, you borrow it. I got 3 of them.
Hey,
most people just got 2, but I got 3.
Yeah.
I remember I heard him interview Eddie Arnold one time, and Eddie was kind of tight, I'd say, or savings. He said, I reckon it's the only money I ever wasted. I bought a houseboat. It was a houseboat.
I got to tell you something, Eddie. That steel player, I just remember him. Steel player worked with him, Eddie Arnold, so long. But anyhow, he worked with my little Buster. He said,
Roy.
Yeah?
Mr. Wiggins.
What is it?
Little Roy Wiggins.
Little Roy Wiggins. Yeah. Well, we got the master.
Hey, he knows it. He knows it.
I knew him real well. He helped him get in business. I furnished him some of his stuff. I found he had that music store. Little Roy Wiggins. He was real good. He was with Eddie Arnold for a long time. And then he started working with my little Buster, and he opened up a music store up there and at Fish Forge. But anyhow, he said that him and Eddie was riding around, and Eddie said, I need to borrow a couple of dollars to get something here at the store. He said, I just handed it to him way back as years ago, and said, he never did mention it. Owed me $2. And said, one day he come out, here, this is about $2 on your pound of sausage. You give me a pound of sausage. He said he said it was real tight, conservative, let's put it that way. And Eddie would say, they'd say, what all do you own? Well, one thing I own is the waterworks in Brentwood. He said, every time somebody flushes a commode, I make a little bit.
Russ is on the line if you guys want to talk to him.
Let's get Russ. Hey, morning, talk with this Russ, man. Put him on.
Hello, Brother Russ.
Good morning, Ron.
Hey, you're here with the whole hee-haw gang.
Sammy and Dave.
Howard and Bradley and Mike. Jeff. We're all here.
Jeff, I ain't counting.
How'd you get them all in that one little space?
We spread them apart. We put one in each corner.
Give us a Marshall.
Well, I want to reach out to you guys this morning and say hello.
David wants to know if you got any Marshall Andy stories.
Any more? What kind of stories?
Marshall Andy.
Well, I didn't, I spent some time around Marshall, but I didn't travel with him or play any of the shows with him, but I did go over and do his PBS show. And just the fact that I'm a big Western movie fan, and when I come to my house in Knoxville on Sunday mornings, I'd always catch his show, him and Ken Bonham and the group. And I've just been a fan of Marshall Andy's in his show forever. But we didn't travel much. In fact, most of the time I saw Marshall Andy was because of David WYSH. David would have something going on. Marshall Andy would show up. And we were friends. And we talked a lot. But I can't think of anything right off the bat with Marshall Andy, except he was a class act.
There you go.
Marshall Andy was over the big, that big thing that he had for all the stars to come here about the screens, the silver screen things.
They have those.
What do you call him?
Riders of the Silver Screen. That was his TV show, and it was that yearly convention.
Yeah, they'd have that festival every year.
Yeah, okay.
Matter of fact,
come on in here, Bradley.
Thank you, Sammy, because Sammy got to be connected with Don Calhoun's family.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes, and we have Don's movies, his old film reels that they used to show.
Yeah, the film festival, that's what it was.
The film festival. He'd bring in the stars. You'd meet Lash LaRue and all the Western stars, some of the great female leads. It was great Take care, Sammy. It's the first time I've ever seen him out of uniform. Yeah, I didn't.
Better in his uniform.
He looks pretty good in his uniform. I gotta admit. Yeah, Sammy Sawyer. How about that? Yeah, Sammy connected us with the Hammers folks,
but,
and
he had the film festival, and he had a lot of the big stars there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, WYSH. I worked with WYSH back in the '60s when there was a place in Pigeon Forge called Fort Apache. You probably don't remember it.
Oh, I've heard about that. No kidding.
When you first go into it, it was a fort. It was made out of old slabs, like a sawmill.
Wow.
All the way around the fort.
Yeah.
And we worked there a little bit. And Smokey White was the sheriff.
Mm-hmm.
And last rule, I was there a few times. Me and Jim Ball.
Mm-hmm. Yep. The great Jim Ball.
Russ knows real well.
Yes, sir.
And what it was, why he'd stand there with that whip, and take a cigarette right out of your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Right out. And see his uncle with like Cleveland room was his daddy, I believe.
Huh.
And his uncle, he used to come to visit his uncle and ride them little ponies and all way back to his kid.
Mm-hmm.
Daddy'd take us up there and let us see that. It's kind of like a circus.
Wow.
And I got to meet him and work a little bit with him then. And then '86, they had him back to the film festival. And when they did, we done a Hammer show.
Mm-hmm.
I got film of all that. The Hammer show went. Last roofs, I had that big limousine in. He's standing there beside the limousine, me and him.
Wow.
And but then I was going to tell you, Marshall Andy put on the film festival so much, and he said, he didn't tell me this right then. He called me up and said, David, this year for the film festival, they want a bluegrass band. They said they had enough cowboys. I said, well, okay. I said, we play all kinds of grass, and between country and rap, we call it crap, but anyhow.
Ouch.
No,
oh, my goodness.
I played up for Nixon bluegrass, but anyhow, we just play everything, a little bit of rock. You know how we do.
Oh, yeah, a little bit of everything. Whole variety.
We go out there, and I didn't know what was going on. They didn't want, they said that, they told me this later, that the reason he wanted us, so Marshall would get up there and sing, because he had to fit stars, but he sung so long before he put stars on. See?
Yeah.
And said, so he was up there and we was singing, and I thought, well, sure, we got Marshall Andy, a special guest. And I introduced him, and he walked by me and said, I ain't supposed to sing today, but I guess since you introduced me, and he sung to us. And then they told me the story. But Marshall just told us straight out.
Yeah.
He said, I'm a stage hog, and I just love to get up there, and I love to entertain. See?
Yes, sir.
I was right the opposite. It's like they said,
less is more.
When David does his last song, if you give him his money, you don't know where he's at. He done gone. To me, it was a business.
Yeah.
I was, I never did want to do nothing like that for publicity.
Yeah.
Kind of like Carl Bean one time.
Good old
They
Carl.
asked him to play a show, and they said, Carl, come on out and bring your band. Said, and you're just going to play for the fun of it. And he said, well, my band don't like very much. So, to them, it wasn't too funny.
Oh, no.
Hey, this other guy said one time, said, we're going to get David and them to come up here and play a festival. They're just getting started. Said, they drop quite a bit. Said, they'll probably come up and help us out. And that guy said, he talked funny. He said, buddy, he said, I'm going to tell you something. You boys don't know David and them old Side of Mountain boys. He said, if that limousine pulls up and they get them entrance out, walk across the hayfield, they got to be some money out there somewhere. It's a too bad tale, so good to keep. But
you got to tell it.
Way back years ago, of course, we belonged to Union, and Union had a trust fund going, and they hired bands. And, if a assistant living or somebody needed a band, they just called me. I said, call Union. And they paid me to go do it, paid us union wages. And then after a few years, they cut that out. They wasn't doing it. I guess they ran out of money. And they was getting a lot of sponsors back at that time. And we'd play on the mall a lot because the city paid for half and they paid for half. But this woman called me up, and I said, "We'll call the union. Yeah, we'll be glad. They'll send us out there. We'll be glad to do it." She called back and said, "The union's quit doing it." And I said, "Well, can't you get some sponsors or something? Because some of the places get sponsors out, Clayton and different ones.
Oh, sure."
And she said, "No, why don't you just come on and do it for nothing for us?" And I said, "Well, I'll be glad to. We get $500. I said, "So if I don't let my band play no benefit show unless I pay them. If it's something I want to give to charity, I just pay the band, and that's what we donate." And I said, "I'll do that." I said, "How much you make a day?" She said, $80. I said, "You take your $80 and buy them some refreshments, and I'll furnish the band." She said, "I can't do that. That's what you're asking me to do."
Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I said, I won't be you're just going to be out 80, and I'm going to be out the whole 500. Take cost of the band.
Pretty good trade-off, I think. Yeah.
Well, let's get into what you got to talk about, Bradley.
Oh, Russ is still on the phone.
Hi, Russ.
Oh, is he still on the talk?
You still there, Russ?
Oh, yeah. I'm
there
he is.
Hey, Russ, talk a while. I need rest.
Stories. I'm enjoying them.
Russ, tell us about Mac Jeffers.
Well,
does that name sound familiar?
Mac was my daddy, and he was 48 years old when I was born. So it was more like having a grandfather, someone that age when I was growing up. But in his history, in the Depression days in the 30s, he formed a group up in I guess it was the West Virginia area, and it was called Mac Jeffers and the Fiddling Farmers. And they called themselves Slim, Slick, and Sleepy.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, yeah.
And he played the banjo. And in fact, I've got an old recording, back when they made these recordings straight to
it's like acetate.
You get a blank record and you could put that thing on, had a microphone on it, and you could record it. And I've got some old recordings, a big old, I guess, 78 record from way back then of a bunch of songs and things he played on the banjo.
Wow.
With his group. But
that's incredible.
He played Wheeling, West Virginia, back when Wilma Lee and Stoney Cooper were there, and little Jimmy Dickens was there. That was about 1939, 1940. And, of course, the war came, and during the war, they rationed the tires. And he left the music business and went to the Army for a little while. And then he found out there was work in Oak Ridge. He was born in Huntsville, Tennessee, over in Scott County in 1898. And he came back home, and I think his mom told him about work in Oak Ridge, and he got a job on the security in Oak Ridge back then. And that's where he finally settled down in Clinton. And that's where I was born and raised. I was born in Oak Ridge. And, of course, I grew up in Clinton, Tennessee. And that's kind of the history of my father. He had a brief stint in show business, and I did well until World War II broke out, and that changed a lot of things.
Oh, yeah. I think I met one of your brothers. He was in his 90s at the time. I don't know if it was Slick or Sleepy.
Mac Jr. William M. Jeffers was his name, and that was William M. Jeffers II. Mac moved to Knoxville, and I think he reached out to Brad, or Brad reached out to him. It has that Smoky Mountain radio thing. And Brad found an old poster and a film that they showed in the theaters back then as commercials.
Mm-hmm.
And it was advertising fiddling farmers coming to make a performance somewhere in that. There's that house in La Follette, they found that old poster in a film of that they played in that theater, and I appreciated Brad for that. I cherish those mementos of my daddy's days, you know.
Well, I appreciate you and what you've done over the years, some of the records you've made, and your time on the Tennessee Valley Barn Dance with John Hitch, I believe.
Boy, that was a time. That's where I met up with, I've known David forever, and I met Sammy through that, and we got acquainted. I made a lot of good friends through John Hitch and that Mayberry days that he did, and it was a family of friends. And, you know, Ron, just being able to live a good portion of your life doing something you love, something that you enjoy, that was a blessing for me. And I was thinking about Marshall, Andy, when you were talking about how he found a way. You know, it's a long journey from the cradle to the grave. It's not easy getting through life and meeting your monthly obligations and just, you know, raising a family and getting through. And he found a way to do it and do something he loved. And I think that helped him live to be 96 years old, because that was a joy in his life. He was dedicated to it. And I was just reflecting on his life and what he did and how dedicated he was to it. So God bless him, and sympathies to his family, of course. And I hope to come up next week and attend his memorial, and maybe stay over till Thursday and come see you.
Well, we hope so. I hadn't seen you in a month of Sundays.
I know. I see you're a busy man, too.
Well, every now and again, I stick my toes in stuff.
They said somebody told me you was running for the county line.
Well, I'll get there. Watch and see.
It's a big county, you know.
It's a big county, but I can run a while.
Well, I wish you well. I own property in Anderson County, so you have my support.
I appreciate that, Russ.
Appreciate that.
Just be here on election day. just
celebration
sashay by on election day and cast 6 or 7 votes if you could.
I will. Well, I have voting theories of vote once and vote often.
That works.
No, I'm kidding, of course. But anyway, look forward to getting back to Clinton and seeing you guys and spending a few hours with you. And David West, I can't tell you. Well, I can tell you, too. David, he deserves a little flowers early, but I'm going to give him some. Here in Nashville, I had a lot of friends who were struggling musicians, people, bus drivers, people who they wanted a Martin guitar. That's what they wanted. They had the other guitars, but they wanted a Martin. And David, in that little store over there in Ciderville, he put in the hands of people more Martins than anybody I know in the Martin business.
Yeah.
And he made it, he priced them at a point where they could afford them. And if he hadn't done that, there wouldn't be as many families where these people take these Martin guitars and they'll say, this was my grandfather's Martin or this was my father's Martin. It's not just an instrument. It's a source of pride in musical instruments.
Yeah.
When they get their daddy's Martin or their mother's Martin or their grandmother's or grandfather's. And David made that possible. And I don't know of any other dealership in America that I've come across that did that the way David did. And he deserves a lot of credit for that.
I wouldn't have a Martin if it weren't for him. That's for sure. Thank you, Russ. We appreciate you. Look forward to seeing you next week.
I'll see you next week, guys.
Thanks, Russ.
All right, buddy. I'll
be in touch. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, me and Russ, we came up under Jim Ball, same people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I tell one other quick little thing on Marshall. People may remember this and they won't listen to it, but I believe that me and Marshall and Luke did the last the last one I know of, commercial for Waffle House. Waffle House.
Give me a
It's got the banjo on it. It's probably me because I don't know of other banjos. I'm probably the only one to use the banjo on it. And then he did one for Buddy's Barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
We done them both same day, I believe, or in that same. So if you hear that going down the road, you might get to hear Marshall and then Luke. Two of them gone now.
Yeah, that's right. That song, that jingle, for some reason, it touched people. People loved it. They've been asking me they want to hear it. It's amazing what a difference that made. Along with the Ciderville commercials. We posted a classic one last week.
Ciderville, around the currents, about here.
Well, this the Ciderville commercial, Ron, you're in it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was in a bunch of them.
You're in a bunch of them. The one we posted last week has hit 26,000 views as of this morning. People are loving it. They love the old commercials. They love seeing Faye again. They really love it. It's a really great way to connect with the community.
I saw that with the boat and
yes,
wasn't that good?
It's great.
I didn't know we done so many good commercials, but it was good.
Great ones. I've been digitizing them off your old tapes, and we share them online. And
Miss Hammer did one time.
Oh, she's great.
She come in with a neck in her hand and a guitar over it. I've got a problem. You remember that?
Yeah.
Miss Hammer, we got her on, and of course we did a lot for them.
Oh, yeah, sure did. It's just
commercial. Boy, you've done so much, Bradley, for people just don't realize, and they'll never know it, because, I know a little of it, but when this stuff started up in Bristol, up in Johnson City, or whenever it was up there, you was there, and you got more done for the history around here than any other person. Now, they all maybe took credit, and they all made, you made everybody shine.
Yeah.
And you made so many movies.
Yeah.
You made one for everybody. Tennessee Theater, for every place you ever worked, you made them a real good movie.
That's right.
They depended on you. I reckon you made them all, didn't you?
Everybody. Yeah, and we're still doing it. We're digging deeper all the time. And the stories are endless. So many great stories. So much great history. It's just wonderful. The more I dig, the more I'm impressed. And people seem to really enjoy it. So if I enjoy it, they enjoy it. It's win-win.
Oh, you're a person that seems like it just thrills you to make people happy. Look at that old stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It thrills you to do it. Yeah. I've done so much of it and played so much of it. Yes. I just don't even listen to myself or anything, hardly. But to you, you're cut out for a historian.
Oh, yeah. I love it. That's why I got to get autographs before this day is through. I got one of your old albums here.
One of the old albums?
Yeah. David West and the Cider Mountain Boys. Do you remember when you cut this?
1978.
It's one of the best bluegrass albums I've ever heard. And I've heard a lot of them. Yeah.
It's kind of strange about this. They called me up to do this album. The studio did. And
is it backwards?
I can't see it.
Oh, you're good. Okay.
The studio called me up and said, "You need to come and do an album." And I said, "Well, I don't know. We hadn't done one." I said, "What does this cost?" "Oh, nothing." I said, "Some woman's paying for it. I never saw her. I don't even know who she was." Well, I just asked them. They gave me a name. But so we was in Nashville, 1978, playing at High Regency, and this man said, was playing for Jake Butcher, and he said, "If Jake Butcher gets governor, come here, I want to show you. Your next album's going to be standing over at the Capitol on them steps. That's going to be your next one." But see, I didn't even know. She just cut them records, and they give us a whole bundle of them, and we sold them before we went. I never did know who paid for it. Well, I never did know the woman. I never met her, I don't reckon, but this was a man that told me he was going to do another one. So, but it's kind of funny.
Jake brought me in one of those one time, and he had it. He signed it to me.
Yeah, he's Jake on the back. Yeah, he's on the back cover. Yeah, there he is.
He wrote right up on the back.
There he is.
And we got. Let's see who we got.
That's probably one of the last times he was here. He brought that.
As a bluegrass band I had, it was
is that Monroe?
It's Monroe.
Mm-hmm.
Monroe
Mr. Queener.
Bill Shirk. Of course, that's me. Buddy Maples, and that's Sad Eyes Hensley. It was Garfield Hensley. We called him Sad Eyes.
Oh, it's Garfield. Okay.
Garfield, he got to stay in the sauce all the time.
Oh, yep.
I mean, he was in it at all times. But we was playing this, I was telling you a while back, we was playing this big boat going down the Tennessee River. The big
oh, yeah, big old riverboat now.
Yeah, the big riverboat.
I love it.
It's for a church group. Mm-hmm. And Monroe said, now, he won't be getting no drinks today because that's a church group. And we got it on the ramp, walking around the side, looked up. He's sitting up there with the captain of the ship, of the boat. And he had a half a pint out, and he said, They was up there drinking together. He said, well, if it's around, he'll find it.
Oh, man. Yeah, he will.
They taking a big drink. That guy said, wah, wah, wah. We got on that thing one time and played for Dr. Nat Winston. He was running for governor.
Yep.
And we started at Knoxville, me and Red and Monroe, and they had the Navajos was working with us then. The Navajos from Knoxville.
Oh, yeah, from Cherokee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we was going down there. They had food on the table. Oh, and that thing, I think it's the same one. They had roomettes up there. You go up and lay down and rest. Mm-hmm. But we had to go all the way to Alabama, and John Hartford passed us down there or something he was going to, and he said, I'll pick with you until we get to when we stop. He said, I'll get out and pick y'all. But we'd stop in different little towns, jump up on a riverboat and start picking, me and Red and Monroe and us. And you talk about time.
Oh, it sounds so fun.
Oh,
just to be a fly on the wall during that time period. Yeah.
They was some big star, Bob Barker or somebody, one of them big TV shows on there. And we had played for them. See, Butchers was connected to a lot of people. Mm-hmm. And they'd get us, if they had something to do with it, oh, get David Earl, we got to have some music. That's all I said. And, man, we was doing a lot of shows back then.
Yeah,
we played for a lot of.
They had the Clayton show that year, and you were promoting it on tour all around. I don't think you got a day off in 1974, did you?
No.
74 was, you have 3 shows a day?
It's amazing.
300-something shows, 350, I believe.
In all 95 counties.
95.
Yep. And the good ones twice.
And a lot of them are 2 and 3 times.
Oh, man.
I done that. Well, just me and Monroe and the girl and the Red, if he went, travel together. Mm-hmm. And Petey, the boy, was supposed to be with us. He's a big deal in the bank. Mm-hmm. And he would, Jake said, I'm going to give you your salary, quit the bank, and stay with David Earl, make sure he took good care of. But he was young and wasn't married, and he had other ideas.
He's having fun.
We picked on him all the time, and we just come from Memphis and leave Memphis that morning and pick at evening that night at Chattanooga. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, we had to fly. It's just wide open. We just run wild.
110 miles down the interstate.
Yeah. And so we got down there and had us motel rooms, and we hadn't been home in a few days. And I said, we're close to home. Let's just go home, sleep, and we'll start again in the morning. And that boy said, I got your rooms in here, he's going to stay. And I said, we're just going to drive home. Well, see, he didn't have to do this because we was on full expense account. All I had to do is pay it, and they reimburse me every week and give me another list of where we're going. And so when we did, I said, well, what are we going to eat? I just picking on him. I picked on him a lot. And he gets serious. I said, what are we going to eat? And he said, here's your $40 back in. And said, you can eat anything you want for $4.
That's a lot of money back then.
Just 3 of us was coming home. And when he did, we got somewhere up through there, almost to home. And we just going to have some fun. We just wore out to it. Let's call him, wake him up. About 1 o'clock in the morning, he had company. We called him up. His name Petey Lambton. Petey. And put the girl up to it. She could really convince him. She said, Petey, this is Sue. what's wrong with you, ever, Rick? What's wrong with what? Oh, he just got off the work. What's wrong? It's 1 o'clock in the morning. Something wrong? She said, yeah. I said, you remember giving us $40 to eat on and get some gas? Yeah. Well, it come to $42.50. Tell David Earl to give it to you. I'll give it to him tomorrow. We wake him up and do old crazy stuff. I think of that. we call him up, and so we was off on Wednesday. And Monroe liked to play all the time because he had 100 days with the state he could take off. I mean, he's in good shape. And then he could do more than that if he had to, so he probably used his 100 up pretty quick. But anyhow, I said, Monroe, we got Wednesday off right now for about 6 weeks. And he said, oh, tell him get us something. So let's just play every night. I said, Petey, can you get us something? Yeah, I'll give you something. Get ready for Wednesday night, about Tuesday, Monday. He went to Shakey's down on Kingston Pike. He walked in Shakey, and he had a guitar and piano there, and it was doing about, they probably had 15 people. Where's the manager at? The manager walked up, he said, let me put my band in here. And he told what it cost, about 3 times what they was getting, paying it on. He said, that guy said, well, I don't pay that high. I said, that's the old union. He said, I know it. I said, but we got a good band, so we draw. And he said, I'm going to make you a deal. If we run them out the door, can't get them in here, you pay us. If we got some standing outside, you don't owe us anything. Yeah, I'll take that deal. You can do that. He said, okay. He called all the CNC banks, all United American. See, he worked for United American. Called Jake and all of them. Come, you got to sponsor us. David Earl's playing Shakey's, and we got to get a crowd. They couldn't even get in the building. They're standing all out in the parking lot. And air conditioner for all them people in there. Oh, sweat was just pouring off of them. They were standing up inside, and every seat was full, and Monroe just drinking that beer. And Petey, that girl didn't drink, and that man, he gave us our money. He said, well, you do draw a crowd, and I ain't never saw 2 people could drink so much beer as them 2. He did too, so how long y'all gonna stay with me? Six weeks. 5 more after tonight, though we got it. We're back on the road again. And so we stayed there till, and then we played another big place that they give us a door. Old man, they're called CH and all of them in here on Sunday. We had Sunday off. They walked in this place, never had nobody. The woman told me it was over there. Oh, it was a huge, big dining room, a big ballroom. And back in '74, the bar was taking in $1,000 while we was there at the bar.
That's incredible. Wow.
And so we took in so much money, charging by the head, and a lot of people just, here, take a 20. Yeah. They throw out money, and we just charged it our head, but we putting them in there, and then you get in there, and they high rollers. I want a little Rocky Top. Here's there's 5 of them, $20 a piece. We play Rocky Top
again.
That guy'd be talking, did you play Rocky Top? I said, yeah. Well, I didn't hear it. Give me another round of it.
All right.
Oh, we was making so much money, and that guy saw what we was doing. And he told that girl, he said, when they get over so many $100, come over hype it. She told me, don't you give him nothing. Said, he had nobody in here till y'all come. You don't never get to his number. And so we did, but we weren't going to be there 4 or 5 weeks.
That's right.
It's always off. Oh, he thought he had it. When we quit, 10 people, actually it's 10 people. We took everybody with us. We had all the banks CH would walk in back in '74.
Yeah.
Where's the manager at? Manager walk up and say, here's your $100 bill now. I want some good tables, and we need some good service. $100 back in '74.
A lot of money.
A lot of money, It's just way. We played down there at a Chinese place, and Jake carried my banjo. I played guitar. Me and Red was playing. I played guitar for Red. Who's carrying one of them? Somebody else. They went in this place. There's 18 of them, and they got the whole corner of the building over there. And of course, that thing was full then. And he said, "Drag them out, David Earl. We need a little bit of I saw the light." And I said, I don't know whether we can do that in here or not. You know, nobody knows us but us.
Yeah.
And the manager up said, yeah, play something if you want to. Well, we cut loose on that side like everybody in there just joined in. They thought they was having a party.
Oh, wonderful.
But what CH said, I said, I don't know whether they want us to do that in here or not, CH. He said, don't know. Where you want the stage? I'll just buy the place and we'll just put a stage out there somewhere. That's when the manager up said, go ahead and play.
Oh, man.
Oh, that was a bunch of them, I tell you.
I was Spec Lovell. Was he part of that group?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We played it.
Who was he, a singer?
His funeral.
Oh, really?
I mean, his get together. You know?
His gathering, yeah.
And Sonia got it and sung for me.
Wow.
She wouldn't sing for Jake, see.
Wow.
And he'd slip up and say, tell Sonia to sing a certain song. And I'd say, Sonia, would you do something for me? Yes, baby, I'll do anything for you. Would you sing so-and-so? Jake tell you do that. I said, no, I like it too.
Yeah.
She'd sing it.
What'd she sing? Do you remember?
She sung, I believe, I Can't Help It If I Still Love You. She sung a love song.
Yeah.
Oh, she could sing good. You know?
I was wondering, I never heard her
sing. She's Hollywood, you know. She sung, danced.
She made a movie, feature movie back in 1960-61.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on YouTube, as a matter of fact.
Oh, she was a good singer.
Yeah.
But she'd do anything for me.
But Bonanza, didn't she? She was Joe's girlfriend, I think.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Sonia.
Yeah.
Played in Bonanza.
Oh, yeah,
Joe's girlfriend.
Yeah, she's his girlfriend, little Joe. Yeah. And then she was with Clint Eastwood. Yeah. His friend, too. I don't know, good friend, girl. Yeah.
Wow. Thanks, fellas. I'll be looking for those. Yeah.
Hey, Jake told me, we was riding around, he said that his youngest son, and of course he had Brad and Jason. Yep. Said Jason's just a little bitty boy. Mm-hmm. You know, just little, maybe 3-year-old. I said, we was sitting home. She was at there filming, and we was sitting home watching TV. Bonanza come on and said, Mama said Sonia was right close to a big old snake. And said little Joe was going to save her. And said, Jason started crying, that snake's going to get Mama. He's just trying to tell him it was a movie, you know.
Oh, man.
Then he started crying, that snake's going to bite my mama. Oh, shoot. Man, we played down there when they had security out there at the main road. You had to go through, out in that big old limousine. They had a big old Barnum Buster's limousine, 55. They go through it and then put us in a room. You talk about tight security. I've been somewhere pretty tight. And I was playing for Young Bush, the boy, not the daddy.
Right.
And my dressing room was right beside his. And I stood to CIA there. Every time I go out, they'd check me. And every time I come in, and this lady was working that would paid us. She said, let's get this better. Let me take him to the other side of the building. Said he can't get frisked down every time you walk through here. You know, you don't want to just sit in that dressing room. I'm going to go out and get something to eat or something.
See, that's another story. I mean, you've done so much. That's a new one on me. You know, for Bush. How many? You played for? Was it 1980? Was it Reagan? Did you?
White House. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I meant to wear the hat today, and I wore it for Marsh Andy.
Yeah.
Or next time, I got the hat I wore on that stage up there.
That's amazing. When did you meet Marshall Andy? When was the first? Do you remember the first time you met him?
I believe, if I ain't mistaken, I think we were playing at Hammers, and I met him.
Okay.
Maybe. I probably saw him on TV and stuff, but to meet him and talk to him.
Yeah. Interesting fellow.
I think I played for him because I think Don said, Marshall Andy's that cowboy, David, and said, just let him sing till he gets through.
Yeah.
But, hey,
oh, man.
See, what you don't realize, that's right down my alley, because I'm a little bit lazy.
Yeah. Let him do all the work, and you just, somebody get the hook.
I'd get him out of the audience to put him on.
Every time that we had him on and perform with us, he always ran 15 minutes over. And I would say, Marshall, please promise me you'll just do 10 minutes and go, please. Oh, yeah, I'll do that, Bradley. And without fail, we knew it would happen. 15 minutes later, he'd still be there. So what would be an hour show would turn into almost hour and 45 minutes.
I know, an hour show.
Yeah.
The first show I did for you was in Johnson City, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That big theater. What's the name?
Yeah, that was the Veterans Administration Theater, the old VA.
Oh, that's a nice theater.
Oh, classic vintage
It's
old
sellout.
theater.
You had a sellout then.
I couldn't believe it. Over 1,000
Joe
people.
Morrell was there.
Joe Morrell.
Ava Barber.
Ava, Peppy Peeler.
Some of the Stonemans.
Stonemans. Luke Brandon and yourself.
Me and Luke. Yeah, we kicked it off.
Yeah.
And we had to give us most time, but I didn't know. You saved us front row seats.
Somebody got him.
And somebody got him because it was full. Me and Luke had to stand up at their stage.
Oh, royalty had to stand up. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to do.
But
We
the
weren't
show was just
expecting
there,
that.
and then they started showing the movies.
Yeah. And then there was another one.
And that's where that song, I told you about
Jigsaw, David's Jigsaw. Yeah.
Luke saw it and said, "Did you write that?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "We got to do it on record."
Well, Marshall, it was an honor to know him and to work with him. And I just spoke with him, 4, 5, 6 months ago. And we just chatted on the phone, and he sounded great. He was still planning to do another show at Barley's downtown in the old city. He didn't get to make that one. But he kept it going right up into the end.
Yeah. When the last show he done?
He was a big advertising agency.
Yeah.
His bread and butter was advertising.
Yes.
Right. That's how he ended up with Waffle House. That's where all that grew out of is
Swaggerty sausage.
Yeah, all of that.
Yeah,
he did.
He was a genius.
When I put Merle on the air in 2006, he called me and he said, "Oh, I want the Waffle House on there, Ron." I said, "Well, we can do it." And so I had one of the very first advertiser on Merle. Was McDonald's. Mike Armstrong with Tombras Agency. He wanted to be the first person that advertised on the first radio station to compete with WIVK in Knoxville. So I said, okay. So it was just a 5-second dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. That's all it was. Oh. And then Marshall Andy heard that, said, "I thought you weren't selling ads." And I said, "Well, I wasn't gonna, and it's not really an ad, it's a jingle." And he wanted, so I want the jingle for Waffle House on there. So those were the first 2 paid clients on Merle. It was McDonald's. Yeah, and Waffle House.
That's perfect too.
Yeah. Oh, that is Merle. That's it. That's who we are.
Yeah.
But over the years, and he'd call me up. I don't know. He'd call me up just from time to time. "I heard this. I'm gonna give you a little advice." Okay. Yeah. I got my advice. There you go. It was good advice usually.
Oh yeah, he knew. I always loved going on that show that he did for PBS, the Riders of the Silver Screen.
Mm-hmm.
And it was great that he was continuing the tradition of the white hat, singing cowboy, good, helping, always helping a lady in distress, keeping the great music going, all of that. Yeah. He brought it into the modern era, and people loved him.
They did.
I gave him that cowboy guitar he had.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Which one? Which guitar, Dave?
Yeah.
Which guitar?
The guitar at the Cowboys album.
Oh, the one. Okay, I didn't know that. Yeah.
You don't have one of them, do you?
I know. I don't have one.
I've got one hanging. I believe I've got one of them.
Yeah.
The Cowboy.
Well, I'm sure for a small nominal fee, you could find me one.
Well, I just put you in my wheel. Okay. It might be sooner.
No, we don't want that.
Huh?
Hanging in the office, I believe.
You got it hanging in the office?
Well, they made two sizes of them. He had the dreadnought size, and I got the smaller size, like the Cowboys played. I believe that he may have had a small one too. I don't know.
I remember the guitar. I don't remember what size it was.
I know he had one of them. We give it to him. Wonder how many movies that you've done that I've played in.
More than I can count. I mean, we've taken it to social media. We share images and music of you and the old TV shows. You were on Clayton, the Star Time show. Of course, the Kaz Walker show. I think 16 years maybe.
30. I don't remember 9 years.
9 years. Okay, and of course the Bonnie Lou and Buster.
8 years.
8 years. All 3 of our major shows.
And use that tune that I wrote, Appalachia Dream.
Oh yeah,
that was your theme.
Yes,
pretty, wasn't it?
I love that song. I've been collecting all your music, and I love just digging into your discography and everything that you've done over the years. It's variable from big band even. That surprised me.
Yeah, people with RS. Miss Hammer one time, she said we need a big band music, and Don said, "Well, David and them can play it." She said, they do bluegrass. He said, they do big band, too.
Wow.
So it's a big wedding. Yeah. And so me and Luke and the bass player went out and just done big band. This one, low music. Mm-hmm. And we done all that Danny Boy and You Light Up My Life and
all the good standards.
Charlie. And she said, well, I didn't know they played like that. Mary Costa called me up one time, several times, but one time she called me up and said, David, I've got one of your big band CDs, and I can't believe it. I've played it twice. I'm going to play it again. And I got off the phone and said, I had no idea you all played that kind of music.
That's
it
great.
Was good, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's good. And if you got Mary Costa's attention, you know, she's, of course, a classical music and opera fan, but she's so down to earth, is she not? I mean,
sweet as she can be.
Yes, sir. Yes,
I used to tell, she liked me to tell jokes on her. You know, she'd already be in the audience. She come to all the Marshall Andy shows, you know, that big thing.
Buddies over there,
and she's sitting there, and I said, Luke, I'd just like to get something off my chest here today. I said, you know, I'm not too sure about this music business. I said, they told me that you had to work for Cass Walker's show before you ever make it big. And I said, Dolly did, you know, it's a lot of big. Everly Brothers did.
Yep.
And I said, that's Mary Costa back there. She'd been in New York. She'd been to more shows than anybody, big shows. I never did remember her being on the Cass Walker show. Did you, Lou? Oh, that tickled her. She started laughing. She thought that was funny, you know. Oh. She liked you to do jokes and point her out.
Oh, I bet she loved the attention.
Oh, I got, you know, Cheryl
Henderson?
Yeah.
East Tennessee Historical Society.
And she would want me to tell. In fact, you showed some rough stuff from Cass Walker on there.
Oh, yeah, she loved it.
Yeah, she loved it.
She loved it.
She loved it. And
they were trying to get me not to show it.
You showed poker.
Yeah. They were like, no, don't show the real nasty one or the real naughty ones. Don't do that. Cheryl said, no, go ahead.
She put me up to do this one, and I said I didn't want to do it. And it was a true story. I mean, this was Mr. Walker. This is the way he lived. And people says, I don't know how many people, if he's here now, he wouldn't be doing it. He would. Yeah. He's going to do it wherever he's at it till he died.
That's who he was.
I asked him, he got sued for $10 million. It was the biggest lawsuit in Knoxville way back in the 60s or 70s, I guess it was. And headlines, Cass Walker got the biggest lawsuit, $10 million. He come through that shoulder down and said, Fred said, Dad-All, we call him Dad-All because little grandkids call me. Dad-All said, you got sued for $10 million. He didn't even stop to it. Went up on me, ain't it? Walked straight over to his chair and started doing it. But now, Mr. Walker, whatever he had to do, he didn't say it and abbreviate it. I got to go to the bathroom, you know, holler it out real loud or something.
Yeah.
Come here, do this. So he's going down the road. This is too bad to tell, but it's too good to keep. True story. He's here.
Oh boy!
And usually when we rode in an Opel station wagon, there's 5 of us in there like sardines.
Crammed, packed in there.
Yeah, and no air conditioning.
Ooh, that's rough.
He didn't get air conditioning. It took more gas. He said, I hope they get these cars so little I can put the gas in the eyedropper. And he pulled up the service station, and when it went to U-Pump it, you know, self-service, and he got there and he played with that nozzle. This boy told me about running the service station. I watched him, said he messed and messed and messed. Said, I finally walked out there and said, you need some help, Mr. Walker? He said, I don't know what I need. He said, I don't. He said, you run this place? He said, yeah. He said, I think I'll buy it and put you to work. And he took it out and put it back in. He said, how much do I owe now? And he said, 9 cents. He had got the 9 cents. 9 cents. He gave him $1 to keep the change. He gave him $1. That guy's telling me that like, do this. He gave him $1 to keep the change. Well, he's going down the road. He got dogs and putting there with us. But this time he's going down the road, and he said, it's like 9 o'clock at night on the interstate. And said, stop, right quick. And we know what he wanted. And he said, I got to use the bathroom. Well, we pulled over. I think he was going to go down the woods. You know, he just stepped outside the car and dropped his trousers and...
Let her rip.
Yeah, let her rip. I guess that's where he put it. Look here. This tractor and trailers come through. Boo, woo, woo. People blinking their lights and car horns. He didn't pay a bit more attention to them.
He didn't care.
He got up, got himself organized, and he got back in and he said, You just stopped in the nick of time. That's all he had to say about some situation. And he said, and listen to this, a lot of people don't know it, but he told me about it. He said that, you know, when the banks fell, you know. Yeah. And we was playing that night that it went under at the Maynardville. Wow. We was playing at Maynardville. Mr. Walker's with us. Huh. And he got up there. He said, you know, said, I hate what's going on here today. He said, I like the bunch of boys. And said, their daddy. And said, you know, said, they've been good to me. He said, you know what? Said, used to, when it was Hamilton National Bank, I'd go over and get $1 million in cash in 30 minutes. Now, isn't it? Mm-hmm. He said, it took $1 million to go to all my stores to cash checks. And he said they'd bring it out and put it in the back seat of my car. Think about $1 million back in his trunk in his back seat. Incredible. He said, and I'd deliver it around, somebody would. And so I'd go in there and sign and get $1 million worth of cash. But he said when they got it, I had to stand there an hour and a half, 2 hours, because they had to go 3 banks to get $1 million. I said, I'm going off of, you know what? They're going off of, you know what, fast. I'm going off of slow one. That's a bad word, don't it? And he said, he just took it as long as he could, you know, and then he had to put something on the end of it. Yeah. And so Jake called me one time and he said, David said, here's where I sleep. His phone number is it. If you call this at any hour, I answer it. Now call me and tell me when I can come up there and be with Mr. Walker, because said we ain't gonna be able to do expo if he don't. We got to get him off our back some way, because he'll close it. And I said, well, he's got to buy. He wants to pay cash grocery. Buy your groceries from him. It's like H.T. Hackney or something, you know. Right. I said, yeah, that's a good idea. He said, what does he like? And I said, I don't know. He never carried a knife. He never carried a watch. He never carried a ballpoint pen. He put a lead pencil with a lead sticking up. Wow. He carried a chief pistol, and he dropped in his coat with the handles down, the barrel pointing up. Wow. Oh, gosh. You know, and this pocket, he had $10,000 in cash. Amazing. Sometimes you'd forget and take out $10,000. If he's talking a big deal, and fan with it. You know, it'd be hot. You'd be standing there fanning with $10,000. I saw him do it a long time ago. Oh, my goodness. One time we was on TV, and he said, Claudia, you had this, why'd you get Grayson? You dressed, wouldn't you? Claude Boone. But anyhow, I called Jake, and I said, I don't think we got no guests this morning, Jake. What time I need to be here? I said, you need to be there, 5:30. We get there about 15 to after 5. So boy, here Jake was, and he brought him I said, bring him a little knife. He had them Union America, and it banked on it. United American Bank on them knives. Still got one. I said, bring him one of them. And he gave it to him, and he got up there. And Fred sitting there watching him now. Every day he'd get up and start talking about it, because he's on Jake's side then, because he's going to buy his groceries for him. Mm-hmm. And, you know, he really didn't like it. He really wasn't supporting it, but he had to. You know, it's Expo. He started talking and said, I've been fighting against it, but we're going to get it. It's going to happen. He said, now, we want everybody to get behind it and support it. And we're going to get Expo, and said, but my God, reckon we can afford it? Right on the end, he had to, Fred laughed and said, I told you he was going to crawl in on it when they got there. How can we afford it? But anyhow, tell something else. I was talking about all them people that you did everywhere. You did them shows and movies, Tennessee Theater. Yeah. We used to go to the Historical Center all the time. You do them. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll never forget packing the Tennessee Theater. Now, that's 1,600 seats, all there to see Kaz Walker and you guys perform. It was the most amazing experience, and I've never heard laughter like that. It almost blew the roof off that Tennessee Theater. It was, I'll never forget it. Just showing old clips from the TV show.
You know, he was so funny. I think Kaz Walker was a natural comedian. He knew what he was doing.
Oh yeah, he knew. He was smart.
Smart guy. Yeah.
He'd do stuff to find out where you was coming from.
Yeah.
He
was wily.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember him saying when he was running for council, he said, "If I get in there, I guarantee you one thing." He said, "They'll never be on Magnolia, what's up Chapman Highway, in blank car lots, door to door, all the way out through there." He said, "That'll never happen on Magnolia." And so they still ain't there.
Right.
Right this day. There won't be one car lot on Magnolia from Gay Street to Burlington.
Yep.
You know, he was
still that way.
That's right.
That's right.
He was so smart that I remember when I went to work for him. See, I didn't go up there to get a job. I just take Fred up there because we lived in apartments. He rented for me. We had apartments side by side. See, me and Fred.
Right.
We played shows together at night and other places, but I wasn't going to be on. I'd done been on Kaz Walker show previous to that with the Bird family. And then,
oh, yeah.
Have you got the Bird family?
I do, yes, sir. It's
I'd like to see that sometime.
Oh, anytime. Yeah.
The Bird family.
Yeah.
I worked them a while in Honey Wilds days.
Honey Wilds. That's right.
I was with Bonnie and Buster and him, too, at that time, and I'd work between them. But anyhow, I was there 3 days to haul Fred, and he said, "You don't have to bring me tomorrow because get my transmission fixed." Mr. Walker come by with that shoulder down. Dan, get David a check. I put him on payroll. Well, I couldn't say no. I ain't gonna work, you know. Fred said, "Did you ask him for a job?" No, I don't think I can do it. I'm working day and night. But I done it for 9 years because we could get off if we had other shows to do. He didn't care. But
it was just an hour shoot, right? You would go in at 5:30, do it. You're out by
5:37. 5:37.
Okay.
Hour and a half.
Hour and a half.
And we go in dark and come out daylight.
That's an early show, too.
Yeah, but anyhow. And sometimes they'd forget to unlock the door, and we'd get her beating on the door, and you hear, "Pick up more than paper we was done on." And sometimes Mr. Walker get there late. He'd come walking. I'm just a little bit late, you know. We should have been there picking, singing.
Yeah.
Couldn't get in.
It was loose.
And it snowed one time, and it was solid sheet ice, you know, up our Channel 10 at bank.
That hill up there with the parking lot?
I pulled up, my truck van started sliding.
Yeah.
And then Fred got out and took them instruments, had them cleats in the bottom, and rode them down through there. After one thing stopped us, we went over it.
Wow.
And Nancy come in. She took Dolly's place, and she said,
"Nancy Fry."
Yeah, I said, "Go out there and get Honey. He's laying out there on the parking lot." I went there and there he sat. He said, "You live it, sir." I said, "Let me pick you up." "No, don't you pick me up. I'll break a hip." He said, "You scooch me on my fanny over that rail." He said, "I ain't getting up no more." He got over that rail and he yelled, "Help me with this rail, man." And I helped him get in.
It's so amazing that you worked with Honey Wilds and people like Danny Bailey, who's legendary.
Bailey Brothers was big at one time.
Big. Oh, yeah.
On Opry.
Yeah.
And Honey was 19 years on Opry.
That's incredible. And Claude Boone, you know, part of the Carl Story band.
Oh, yeah.
Over there at the Museum of Appalachia.
Wedding Bells Ringing Chapel. You can't judge a book by its covers.
All kind of great music. All kind of great music. I mean, that's an all-star cast.
Oh, Claude Boone was just like a mother hen to all of us.
Yeah, I guess he took care and watched all of you. You were the young guys.
Yeah.
The young whippersnappers.
Yeah, because you had...
I told you, David, Honey Wilds actually started the Grand Ole Opry out of tents.
Yeah.
He was a tent performer going way back. Yeah.
He was.
His manager's Colonel Tom Parker.
Yeah. Well, you know, and I read in the paper the other day, Elvis wanted to do that song of Dolly's.
Yeah.
I Will Always Love You.
Yeah.
I'll always love you.
Yes, sir.
And Colonel Parker said he wants 50%.
Yep.
Or I want 50% of Dolly's song. And she said no.
Yeah.
She gave me half my song for him to do it.
Yeah.
But Elvis loved that song and wanted to do it. And Parker said no.
Yeah. Dolly
I
said
get 50% of writer's royalty off of it. And Dolly said, no, you ain't getting it.
she was smart
Whitney Houston done a job on it, didn't she?
Yes.
Whitney Houston done a
Oh,
job.
10 million copies.
Yeah.
What's that man's name, Ron, that did it in the movie? I never
It was in the movie The Bodyguard with Kevin Costner. Her and Kevin Costner.
Yeah, Dolly said she just cried and cried because she wanted Elvis
Yeah.
to cut it. Elvis was her hero.
Yeah.
But Colonel Parker, he did that to everybody. Every song, you had to give 50% of all your royalties. And that worked for about the first 15 years. But by the 70s, nobody was doing that anymore.
Yeah.
And it's a shame because can you imagine what Elvis would have sounded like doing that?
Yeah, it would have been
Great. It would have been
tremendous.
a huge hit. Huge hit.
Jerry Reed wouldn't let it
Parker
happen.
was,
Jerry Reed didn't let it happen.
Oh, yeah. For that Guitar Man? And yeah.
he was a lot of the country singers manager too. He was Hank Snow's for a while and several.
Eddie Arnold.
Eddie Arnold and several of them. And of course, I remember Eddie Arnold, they said they wanted him to join the Opry. Back then, if you went out and did a show, you said he from the Grand Ole Opry and they got a cut. And Eddie Arnold said, no, I need you. You don't, I mean, if I don't need you, you need me.
That's right.
I ain't giving you my cut. So he never would join the Opry.
He was never a member of the Opry.
No.
I never realized that. Huh.
Because they wanted, like I say, when they go, it was a Grand Ole Opry show.
Yeah.
So they got a cut.
Right.
And the brothers. He said, no.
And they wanted you to perform every Saturday
He said,
night.
you need me, I don't need you.
I think he was the first of the Opry stars to do that, followed by Carl Smith and Webb Pierce, Ferlin Husky, and what was the other guy? Farron Young.
Yeah.
All those guys, yeah. Yeah, but gosh, what a badge of honor to play the Opry.
But I was at, I used to hang out and work a little bit for Honey Wiles.
Did you
When he had the service station at home, Host and Drive.
Yeah.
And I was in there when Parker couldn't tape.
Oh, did you get to meet Colonel Tom?
Well, I just saw him. He didn't introduce us nothing. Of course, you hear Honey talking from here to down the road. Anyway, because he used some bad language. The Parker said, Honey said, I got a truck driver down there in Memphis going to make me $1 million. Honey cussed right back. He said, well, you're crazy. Ain't no damn truck driver going to make you no $1 million. He said, you'll see. Here's Elvis.
Yep, he sure did, didn't he?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Several million.
Many million.
Because he really took Elvis to the cleaners, too.
He did. Elvis just, he's just a nice fellow by all accounts, they say. Not very savvy business-wise, but amazing talent. That voice, I just, wow, it still makes
Nobody that I've ever heard yet, and I've heard several of them do it, could do that, how great they are, like Elvis Presley.
It'll send chills down your spine, the way he sings it.
Man, he just...
He could sing, couldn't he?
Yeah, he could.
If you go see that new movie that's out at Regal in West Knoxville, it's a new Elvis movie. He came to Knoxville in 1972, and he performed at the Stokely Auditorium. And MGM was there with the cameras. And that footage has never been released until, now. You see parts of the Stokely show. He sings How Great Thou Art, and it is awe-inspiring.
Is that the Baz Luhrmann film?
Yes.
It's the second one. He's done, too. Yeah.
Yeah, he was given access to the salt mine vaults.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. You'll see a little bit of
I saw was when WYVK was promoting shindigs.
Yep.
At the Coliseum. And they had Connie Smith and had that for a number of stars then.
Yeah.
Which they would bring and do that thing.
Little Red.
How they could afford, And Connie Smith walks out, done her last song. And she did How Great They Are. She had a big gown on. And they had the light on her, and it just kept getting smaller and smaller. And it ended up just right on her face.
Oh, wow.
Man, you talking about cold chills.
Yeah, that sounds powerful.
Oh, man, she was great.
Yeah.
I mean, just...
Beautiful lady, too.
Yes.
To this day.
That's the one that I'm telling you. The last time I heard her she's as good as she was 20 years ago, 30 years ago.
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah. She ain't lost no voice.
Nope. I can listen to that song, Cincinnati, Ohio, all day long.
Pretty, wasn't it?
Love that one. Love it.
Transistor radio.
That's a great one, too.
Yeah. She had a lot of bass.
She's one of the greatest gospel singers, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And it came from the heart, because she quit country music for a long time and wouldn't do nothing but gospel.
Yeah. Marty brought her back a little bit. Marty Stewart, that is. Yeah.
Yeah, boy, he got the world over, didn't he?
Yeah, got the world of his dreams, the girl of his dreams. I love that. I love all these stories. I love that you're sharing them and capturing them for posterity. This is great. This is really nice to be on here. I want to thank you all very much. Who's playing guitar? Somebody going to play guitar today?
We'll get Jeff up here for just a minute.
Hey, Jeff. You're on, buddy. I'm going to step aside over here. Don't let me forget to get an autograph.
Okay, I'll do that in a minute for you.
Oh, quite a pleasure. Thank you, gentlemen.
We'll stay here until we get through.
I'm going to hang around.
We may open Keg of Nails.
All right.
I'm going to get Jeff up here to talk a little bit about Ciderville.
All right.
He's a top-notch Martin seller.
There you go.
And he's one of the shift managers over at Ciderville, I guess you say. You're whatever you have to be, ain't you?
Yeah.
And
The one-size-fits-all guy.
That's it. We'll put you in it. You need a guitar, we'll fit you up real nice. Guitar, mandolin, banjo, whatever you need.
He plays them all pretty well.
Yeah.
He's a good mandolin player. Jeff worked with me playing bass, playing guitar, playing mandolin. You just call him up and tell him what you need, and he'll be out there. But he works with so many bands. Well, you said you start with Turkey Creek?
Yeah, we did Turkey Creek back when I was in middle school.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. We was in. I was about 6th, 7th grade with Wade Hill, Sally Bells, Jeff Ledford, and a bunch of us. And that was the first stage I ever played on over there. And first song, I thought I was going to get sick, and I had to go off stage there in between. And then after I got my cookies back where they should be, I came back out, and then from then on, I haven't been scared ever since. But thanks to you and, getting us up there and giving us exposure, because that's what it was back in those days. It was, you'd bring your bluegrass band over, and you would, showcase your band.
Yeah, that started there. A lot of bands.
And get us jobs and just all kind of this, and plus just all good fun, It was great. We sure missed those days.
Brenda Carter started that. Was it George Jones?
Yeah.
13-year-old. Pee-wees did a whole bunch of them.
Yeah.
Darryl Putt and a whole load of them.
Get old Roscoe Morgan and all kinds of folks.
Roscoe.
Everybody around this area knows Roscoe really well. And
Clinton Grace.
Yeah. But yeah, we've got some really good sales over at Ciderville right now. We'll beat anybody's price in town, and Anthony Lay that's running it now. He's doing a great job, and he's got a bunch of brand new Fender guitars, basses of all kinds and colors, and it's just
we get that American stuff, a bunch of it.
Oh yeah, and it's just an array of colors and just styles and everything, with the Jazzmaster guitars and the Stratocasters and the Telecasters and just all of it. And then of course your wonderful Martin guitars. You got to have your Martin, and we've got other guitars too, but Martin has always been a main staple at Ciderville, and that's why we want to keep it. USA.
Yeah, you got. I'm talking about all the good models just about they make, and new stuff they're going to be making for $10,000 stuff.
Oh yeah, we've got everything from the Mexico models all the way up to their flagship guitar, which is a D45. And we, of course, have, a few custom shop models. We've got a double neck 12-string and 6-string guitar that they...
That's something to see.
Yeah. It's a heck of a guitar, I can tell you.
It's a whole lot of guitar.
Yeah, and now drums. David always had some good drums and stuff there through the years, but Anthony, being a drummer, he's brought in a lot of really great drums for folks, and Ludwig, Tama, Sonar, Gretsch. I mean, he's got it all, and we have folks coming in from all states
Yeah,
all
he ships them all
counties and just everywhere. I mean, and he shipped out a set of drums here a while back, the John Bonham set, and shipped it all the way out to California, you know.
Yeah.
And now we've got another set in there of those, and somebody will be wanting them really soon too, I'm sure.
You know, he's got the Pearl too, hasn't he, Jim?
What is it?
He sells Pearl drums.
Yeah. Yes, he sells Pearl, and this. He's got it all, and he's got a very nice array of cymbals as well, and stands, and he's got drum heads, sticks, any of your needs, and plus we got plenty of strings and accessories and stuff for your guitars and mandolins, banjos, and everything.
And a good setup, man.
Yeah, and we've got a really great guitar tech, Scott Ravel. Me and him went to school together, and Scott's very well versed in repair and set up jobs. And if y'all need anything done, and bring it on down there, let him give you an assessment on it, and he'll fix you right up and make you happy, make your guitar play good. And that's what matters. A good playing guitar compared to one that doesn't play good makes a big difference in the world, because when it plays great, you can't hardly put it down.
He's got the biggest drum store, I guess, in the state.
Yeah, he does. He's got one of the biggest drum stores around the area for sure.
I mean, he's got rooms of it down there, and he said at home he had a warehouse full of it. So.
Yeah, I believe he's a drum hoarder.
Yeah. He said he just got like them, just bought a lot of them up, and he started selling them, and he's got a huge. I want you to tell him about something that's new on the market. I've never saw this, and this is going to be really cutting into Fender and BB and everybody. Is them new orange amps.
Yes, we've got orange amps, and
that's the name of it, orange amp.
Orange, yes, and orange has been around for a long time, very well known, and we also have these. We're a new dealer of these British amps too, Laney.
Laney's a good amp.
Laney makes some wonderful amps, tube amps, and solid state amps, and
I didn't know
we just got all kinds of stuff. You need to come down and pack up car with family and friends and come on down and see us.
Yep, and y'all got took over Ovation.
Yes, actually Anthony is taking on a few of the new Ovation guitars. Ovation is back. USA Ovations.
Yeah, I talked to him yesterday and wanted he's really wanting bad, and he can get it. We can find out. I look back through some bookwork. Is Rickenbacker.
Yes, and we've had a few Rickenbackers in bases in the house, either through trade-in or something, but we're looking into that as well. So, yeah, it's one of the best stores in the area, one of your last standing mom-and-pop stores in the area, so definitely come down and see us, and you'll get that family atmosphere and be treated well, and, you know.
Well, he's got other... Got Charvel,
Gretsch. Got Charvel bases and Gretsch, all the good Gretsch
man, he's
stuff.
Got some new stuff just come in.
Yeah.
Them Charvels is out of sight.
They are. They're really nice bases.
Beautiful. And some of them new American Fenders is...
Yeah, we've got a lot of the American...
The 1951 reissued Telecaster, but that's a beautiful guitar.
Yeah, that Butterscotch 51 reissue Telecasters is fabulous. So, yeah, y'all jump in the car, come on down and see us, and we'll wheel and deal all day long.
Bring a little money, get a great big deal. It's about closing time, ain't it, Ron?
Whenever you say, pal.
Well, I guess it is. We've had a wonderful time today for everybody. Hired back. We're glad to have him. And Mike West is sitting over here. He's riding shotgun and driving today.
Yeah, and Bradley, we thank Bradley for coming down today. And folks, get on his website and Facebook page for the Smoky Mountain Archives.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's good to see. We had some good stuff. One of them old commercials.
Yeah, he's got the commercials and just all kind of good pictures.
Yeah.
Ava
really Barber's on it, Roger.
Yeah, it's great. And you know what? We run commercials for Solderville every day. Because we love the business and we love what
we had a lot of wacky commercials, didn't it?
Fun.
The funniest they can be.
Yeah, they will make people laugh. That's what we need more is a lot more laughter.
That's it. Smoky Mountain Archives Radio. Online.
And see, Ron had pedal boats. He done some of those. Ron done some of those commercials with us.
Oh, yeah, a very young whippersnapper, Ron. That's baby-faced.
We had to figure out.
That was in 93, I think. 90, 91, 92, 93, 94. And then I ran the barn from 90...
Yeah, you been in
92 to 98 or 93 to 2000, somewhere around in there. Till about 2000, I ran it all.
That explains the WYSH. There's a WYSH painting, I guess.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, it says listen to WYSH Radio. Promoting right there.
Tracy and I were up there when we got the Cass Walker stuff, and I said, look, on the barn, where they've got the posters outside the barn.
Sure.
I said, that's me. It was me and the drums from I don't know what year it was from, but it was a young Ron, that's for sure.
Music, radio, all that's in your blood, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Music. I was playing music before radio, and then I was doing radio at 12, so.
Wow, that's incredible.
Oh, yeah. Doing it a long time.
Yeah.
Bought one at 24. Bought the first one.
Amazing.
You had to be real careful when you did a commercial like Ron. Because see, they get you at Martinwood if you got.
If we gave the prices, we couldn't give prices.
No,
we couldn't
give prices.
Yeah, we had to be real careful about what we did.
You couldn't give me a newspaper, not even on a marquee. You could give them over the phone. That's the only thing you could give them on. And Ron said, "You gave a good price on Martin. Anybody that sell you a Martin cheaper than us will buy them a steak dinner." And they'd go out and get somebody to write them up a ticket. Mm-hmm. Come in and I'd get everybody around. Come here, this guy want a steak dinner and get everybody around, and he'd buy it. But what I do, I give him $10 back in. It says on Steakhouse, you get a big steak in there for about $8. Mm-hmm. I'd have him a $10 bill. He's on Saturdays usually come in. Everybody gather around here, man. This guy's won. And what is he got one of him. He's getting a steak dinner. You really want that? And yeah, I want it. But I'm gonna buy it. Man, they're cheaper than you. I said, $10 under them. Bring him one up. And I'd sell it.
Worked every time.
Going back to Mr. Walker, David, can you imagine somebody tell Mr. Walker, you can't do that? I guarantee he'd find a way somehow.
I'll tell you, I got to tell you, this is funny. Mr. Walker, Bill Carlisle come up and he'd help us do stuff too, And he said, I'm going to come up here, David, and do you a commercial. I'm going to say you got deals to knock your paints off, and I'm going to drop my paints in on some Long Johns, Uh-huh. So we got Mr. Walker all fixed up in his Long Johns. And, now we got deal to knock the paints off. And when he did, he dropped his paints. And he stood in his long hands holding the guitar.
Yeah.
And they called me from Channel 10 and said, I don't know how you saw it. Preacher Mulls saw that commercial.
How did he see it?
Yeah, really.
They said that was just too bad to put on TV. And I said, they said, have you got another? And I said, yeah. And then right after he done that, here come the ocean, everybody in bikinis.
Yes.
Way worse than his dress, but he could use that one thing.
Oh, I love that. I love them both. Those are classic commercials.
Yeah.
They both ran, right? I mean, they channeled in.
Oh, and Ron come over and helped us a commercial over at Clayton. They had a convertible. Mm-hmm. And Ron got all these pretty young girls. And,
yep.
But some bikinis, wasn't there? Something.
Barely dressed.
He was dressed for the beach. You saw it, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, many times. Yeah. That's one of my favorites.
Mr. Walker couldn't get his lines right. I said, you're supposed to say, Clayton got a bigger deal, and I'd point for him. He'd say, are we going to do some more of these kind of commercials? I said, that's not what you're saying, Mr. Walker, honey. Just say Clayton got a better deal. Okay. I had him doing commercials one day, and Jake Butcher and him, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. You remember them commercials?
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't know that. And I said, now, this next one is I already know that. And I'd say, great balls as far. He done it. Bulldog Grady's in there. What does that go to?
It was good sport.
I said, Mr. Walker, just do what I tell you. It'll come out good. We'll let you see it. Mm-hmm. And he got to where he just really trusts me on everything.
Yeah.
Don't tell David now. He knows what I do and what I can do. Mm-hmm. So they called us up. Tree Publishing Company in Nashville, the biggest one down there.
Yep.
They called me up and said, would you bring Mr. Walker down? And said, we're going to have the studio fixed just for him, y'all, all day. We're putting you up in the Shoney's over. Big, had a motel and all, so we put you up over, and said he can call anybody he wants. He call who you want. What we want: Bill Carlisle, Georgie Riddle, Elliot White, and different stars. We got in there, and poor fella, they flipped it on, and we're just interviewing him. Tell him about this story, Miss Walker. Tell about that. After 2 hours and a half, he said, "When are we going to start this?" I said, "It's done 2 hours and a half." But what I was going to tell you, this is too bad to tell, but it's still good. Right in the middle of all this, he had gas on his stomach. He just eat.
Yeah.
And he'd dry over a little bit and have a honey burp every now and then. And they taste it. They thought that was funny, but
oh my God.
My nephew called it gastric distribution. He used a better word. Someone called them honey burps.
Honey burps. Oh, I love it.
But some of the things that could you imagine in Tree doing an interview?
I love it.
Could you imagine something like that? I mean, these are funny things that really happened in my life.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Some of the stuff I had to laugh, but you couldn't laugh at him.
Sir.
And I'm driving for him, and I put my hand up, and I just probably tears coming out my eyes. And then when I get through wiping and could get straight face, I'd talk to him about it. And he'd get mad sometimes, and you'd tell him that it was a joke.
Yeah.
And he had Ray Fox up there. And Ray was one of his bag boys or something.
Wow, no kidding.
Yeah, Ray worked in his store. He had quit school to work in the store because his parents were about to starve dead.
Okay, that makes sense because Ray was on one of a regular cast member of one of the early shows on WTVK.
Oh yeah,
Channel 26.
Yeah, and he worked with he worked with big stars and nice. Ray Price. Ray Price.
He was an Opry guy.
Yeah, he worked with Ray Price, and he done all them big shows. And when he did, then he come back and he made his home at Ciderville before he played up till he died. But anyhow, they were telling jokes. Everybody standing around telling jokes, and Ray come up to tell a joke, and he said, he's just about 16-year-old, I believe. He said, said, Mr. Walker lies so much that he used to get somebody else to call his dogs for him at night. Boy, it made him mad. He said, who's he think he is? Said, you're fired. It's like, yeah, fired him right then. And when he did, why, Fred Smith stepped up and said, now, Mr. Walker said, he didn't mean nothing about that. He said, we're all telling jokes and we're all laughing. Said, that was one of his jokes. And, I didn't know what the joke said. I can take a joke just as good as anybody. Said, come here, Matt, boy, you're hard back. And so we were doing a show one time, 50 years later, or 60, and Ray was helping us do the show. I believe he was selling his book when he had his book come out.
Yeah.
And Ray was with us, and he told that on Ray, Yeah. And then one time, I went there at that hat that I wore to Washington.
Yeah.
It was kind of sunny and was playing outside, so I wore a hat. And he said, tell David come here. Is he here yet? Yeah, he's here. I've been there a while. He saw me. I walked right by him and everything. Tell David I want him. And I walked up, and he said, go tell David I want him. I said, I am David. Oh, I didn't know I had, he said.
Oh, my God.
I mean, he leaned on. We're sitting at a big show one time. There's a big show they was putting on. And they had a guy up there, and he wasn't very much of an MC. We got Joe Blow up next, and then walk off. Well, Joe wasn't ready, and then it was dead time. And Mr. Walker couldn't whisper when he was in church. They had him on the front row. He said, David, come here a minute.
Oh, no.
Man, in front of everybody, you heard a pin drop. Said, get up on that stage and MC this. Said, they need an MC. I said, I can't do that, Mr. Walker. This ain't our show. And that guy heard me. Said, come up here and MC it. Said, we need somebody. They put me up there. And he was sitting on the front row in church, and they had Jeff, Jeff, him and his wife sings, Jeff Easterly. Yeah. Him and his wife. And Oh, they got up there and sung so good. And he was sitting on the front row, in church, you hear a pin drop. Mm-hmm. That's a good group right there now. Who'd you say they were? Sherry and Jeff Easterly. Friends here.
Oh, gosh.
Directly put the joyful sounds on. He said, well, this group's better than that other group. Boy, he was something. He was a funny guy to work with. But I'd laughed at him and said, I told this before, but you may have heard it, but I was driving for him and he went to sleep at about 1 o'clock in the morning. We'd been up in Kentucky at some of the stores, was coming back. Mm-hmm. He went to sleep and I'd wake him up every now and then. We need gas sometimes, and he'd say, well, okay, stop the first place that you can. Everybody knowed him. Mm-hmm. We walked into Kentucky and needed gas. And when he walked there, Mr. Walker, what are you doing here? Don't tell nobody, but we need some gas. Mm-hmm. But he's asleep. Ricky woke up, and he looked over at me, and he said, I'm so glad you drive for me. He said, that old big boy I had, said, he went to sleep. And we woke up, and he's in a cornfield and hitting them clods and bumped my head against the roof. Said, I could never sleep around him again.
Oh, man.
I guess we need to get off here.
Oh, gosh. Well, thanks a lot. Thanks for letting me come on and drop in on you guys.
Oh, we love it. Yeah. You just come anytime.
Appreciate
We're going to leave them with the thought that this is really good. I heard this when I was in the hospital. This guy said he saw it on a church marquee somewhere. Said, do the best you can, and what you can't, he'll do the rest. And I thought that was a really good saying.
Beautiful.
We'll get to see you next week. Stay tuned to us because you'll probably have as much fun as we are.
All right.
All right. We'll
see y'all.
Okay.
Thank you for listening to AM 1380 WYSH and Ask Your Neighbor. Make sure you tune in at 10 a.m. each day, Monday through Friday, right here on AM 1380 WYSH and BBB TV 12, or listen live